वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषये भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ नमो भगवते वैवस्वताय मृत्यवे ब्रह्मविद्याचार्याय नचिकेतसे च। Second chapter, second only, first mantra I can repeat. पुरम् एकादशद्वारम्
पुरम्
एकादशद्वारम्
वक्रचेतसः
यस्य वक्रचेतसः
अनुष्ठाय न शोचति
अनुष्ठाय न शोचति
मुक्तश्च विमुच्यते।
विमुक्तश्च
विमुच्यते।
एतद्वैतत्
एतद्वैतत्
अगुंसत्
अगुंसत्
अगुंसच्छुचिसत्
अगुंसच्छुचिसत्
वसुरन्तरिक्षसत्
वसुरन्तरिक्षसत्
होतावेदिषत्
होतावेदिषत्
तिथिर्धुरो न सत्
अथितिर्दुरोणसत्
वृषद्वरसदृसत्
वरसत्
सदृसत्. Can you hear me?
Not yet, no.
Is my voice clear?
Now we can.
Now it's clear.
No means from the beginning it's not clear.
No, up to Nishad Varasat we hear.
वृषद्वरसत् सदृसत्
Nishad
वरसत् सदृसत्
Nrishadvarasat Ritasat
नृषद्वरसत्
नृषद्वरसत्
ऋतसत्
ऋतसत्
Sat, sorry, I did.
Yeah.
Yomasat
व्योमसत्
व्योमसत्
Abja Goja Ritaja
अब्जा
अब्जा गोजा ऋतजा
ऋतजा
Adrijaritam Brigat
अद्रिजा ऋतं
अद्रिजारितं
बृहत्
बृहत्
and the next mantra, which we have today. We have seen the first two mantras of this chapter, then the third mantra. Atmanah Svarupa Adigame Lingam Uchyate
आत्मनस्वरूपादिगमे
आत्मनस्वरूपादिगमे लिङ्गम्
लिङ्गमुच्यते
उच्यते
Urvam Pranam Unnayati
ऊर्ध्वं
प्राणम्
प्राणम्
उन्नयति
Anam Pratyagasyati
अपानं
अपानं
पानं
प्रत्यगस्यति
प्रत्यगस्यति
Madhye Vamanamasinam
मध्ये
मध्ये
वामनमासीनम्
वामनमासीनम्
Vishve Deva Upasate
विश्वे
विश्वे
देवा
देवा
उपासते
उपासते
Lingam Uchyate. Lingam is the Lingam means indicator or the clue or the hint. The hint being said in this mantra, in the following mantra, third mantra. Hint for what? Hint for understanding. Adigame. Adigame for understanding, for knowing. Knowing what? Swarupa. Swarupam of what? Atmanaha. So the lingam for understanding the Swarupa of Atma is being said in this mantra. A clue or the indicator is being said for knowing the nature of Atma in this mantra. Now this mantra tries to establish the Atma with a logical support. Logical support. With a logical support in keeping with the Shastra Pramana. Atma cannot be proved, but it can be given a logical support. That is what the Brahma Sutra also does. The purpose of studying the Vedanta, the Upanishads, and all the Prakarana Granthas, all the Upanishads, is to study Brahma Sutra. Why? Because Brahma Sutra gives a logical support to establish the Advaita, the Atma. A logical support. It cannot logically prove. Atma cannot be proved logically. It can be given a logical support. A logical support can be given. Shastram being a pramana, therefore it doesn't require the support of the logic. Doesn't require the support of the logic. If it requires the support of logic, then what is the pramanatvam the Shastra as? So therefore Shastra is not required. That is what the other darshanas say. Nastika darshana, like Nayayikas and Sankyas. They argue that Atma can be, the existence of Atma can be proved only by mere logical reasoning. Logical reasoning can prove independently the existence of Atma. No Shastram required. So if Shastram is not required, and if Atma can be proved by logic, then Atma must be available for the experience like any other object. Then only Atma can be proved logically. Because any logical reasoning depends on the anubhava, depends on the experience, like the experience of an object. For example, Parvataha Vandiman, when you say, you have to see the smoke. The smoke is the indicator. It is a lingam for the existence of the fire. How do we know that smoke and fire coexist? Because we have seen that in the kitchen, where fire is there and therefore smoke is there. So it is a pratyaksham. You see that. So it is an experience, the experience of fire, the experience of smoke in the presence of the fire. So the smoke has been known through the senses, through the chakshuhu, the existence, the recognition of smoke is experienced. Smoke is recognized or experienced, and fire also is there. Therefore, fire smoke coexistence, that knowledge is there, that knowledge based on the experience through the senses. Therefore, sensory perception precedes the logical reasoning. Any logical reasoning precedes this sensory or perceptual knowledge. So perceptual knowledge is there. So perceptual knowledge is a base for giving any logical reasoning. If Atma also can be proved by logic, then it becomes that Atma must be available for your sensory perception, for your perceptual knowledge. It must be available. If Atma is also available as one of the object which can be recognized through the senses, then Atma also must be an object. So therefore, if it is an object, therefore it must be a material. It must be a material. If it is a material, therefore it must be bhautikatvat, therefore it must be available for your drishyam. Because it is drishyam, therefore it must be a material, and therefore it must have some features. Avayavas must be there. So therefore, avayavas are there, therefore it must be put together. Because it is put together and therefore avayavas are there, the limbs are there, the parts are there, therefore it must undergo change. If it undergoes change, then it cannot be avyaya, it must be vaya. If it is vaya, therefore it has to come in time and go in time. Therefore, it is agamapayi, like any other object which comes and goes, which comes in time and goes away in time. Therefore, it is an object. If it is one among the objects, then we don't need Shastram. Therefore, to say that Atma can be proved logically is not correct. So the argument of this Naiyayikas and the Sankhyas, based on the logical reasoning given to prove the existence of Atma is not correct. But logical support can be given with the help of Shastra. That is called Shruti Mata Tarka. Shruti Mata Tarkona Sandhiyatam. So support can be given, logical support. Shastram being the pramanam, logical support can be given. So therefore, Shruti says This Sharira Mana Sankata, which is Jadam, which is Achetana, but it has Chetanatvam. That Chetanatvam is not of this Shariram Manaha Sangata. This Chetanatvam is not of the Shariram. The Shariram borrows or reflects or manifests this Chetanatvam. Therefore, Chetanatvam doesn't belong to the body. It is not intrinsic to the Shariram or the mind. Mind is also Jadam only, material. So, this Stula Shariram is a material. What about Sukshma Shariram? Sukshma Shariram is also a material because it is also an assemblage. It is also put together. It has got Saptadasha Kala. Saptadasha Kala Bigisaha Vitatistati. That is Sukshma Shariram. That is also an assemblage. Stula Shariram is an assemblage. It is put together. It has parts. It has avayavas. Therefore, it is available for your perception, drishyam. Because it is drishyam, therefore it is not the drik. And who is a drik? Drik is always remains a drik, alupta drik. The drik cannot become drishyam. That is Atma. Thus, Chetanatvam to the Shariram is because of this alupta drik Atma. And Shariram being available for your perception, it is being drishyam. Therefore, it is put together, it is material, it is bhautikam, therefore it is savikaram, therefore it is an assemblage, similar to this Stula Shariram, therefore Sukshma Shariram also. So, and therefore Karana Shariram also. So, all the Shariram is Shariram. Shiryamana Sabhavatvat Shariram, the very definition, the very etymology of the word Shariram shows that it has got Shiryamana Sabhava. So they cannot be having the Chetanatvam intrinsically. So therefore Atma should be different from the Shariram. And in the Shariram, the presence of Atma can be inferred. How do you infer? What is the lingam? That is what being said in this mantra. That is what is being said in this mantra. And therefore, the Shariram, whatever may be the Shariram, whether it is Stula, Sukshma or Karana, it is put together. It is an assemblage. As the Ratha is not for Ratha's sake, it is meant for the Ratha Swami. Similarly, the Shariram is not for the Shariram's sake. It is for whom? It is for the Jiva, the Atma. Atma is Jiva, the sense that which has to exhaust certain karma pala through the Shariram. Therefore, the manifestation of Atma in the form of Jiva in this Shariram through this body, mind, sense complex. So, that manifestation can be seen. The manifestation means the sentiency of the Shariram. The Chetana Shariram becomes Chetana, that is a manifestation of Atma. The Chetana Shariram gains a Chetanatvam because of the presence of Atma, and therefore the Shariram which reflects or which manifests a Chetanatvam, from the activity of the Shariram, we can infer the presence of Atma. Atmanaha presence can be inferred. Shariram undergoes changes doesn't mean Atma undergoes changes, because Atma already has been said that it cannot be inferred logically. Therefore, Shariram undergoing change, Atma remaining same. Atma has got totally opposite feature of the Shariram. Atma is avikari, nirvikari. It is not bhautikam. It doesn't undergo any change. It is not put together. It is independent of the Shariram. Doesn't depend on the Shariram. It is independent of the Shariram. It is Sat Swarupam, Chit Swarupa Atma. And the Shariram is an assembly. Therefore, this assembly is meant for the Atma. Because it is meant for the Atma, therefore Atma must be independent. Therefore, Satyam. And what about the Shariram? The Shariram is Mithya. Therefore, this Shariram is Mithya. We need to understand Mithya is Satyam, but Satyam is not Mithya. When we say everything is Atma, that includes the Shariram is also Atma only. But Shariram is Atma, but Atma is not Shariram. The pot is clay, but clay is not only the pot. It is everything. Similarly, the Shariram is Atma, but Atma is not the Shariram. The Shariram enjoys the Chetanatvam because of the Atma, which is Satyam, which is independent. So, therefore, these are the inferences which we can make by seeing the linga, by seeing the features of the Shariram, the behavior of the Shariram. The Atmanaha Swarupam can be known. So, therefore, this mantra says, Atmanaha Swarupa Adigame Lingam Uchyate. This Atmanaha Swarupam, the functions of the body, that becomes the linga, the behavior of the body, the movement of the body, the change happening in the body. There are changes happening in the body, and the ultimate change is the Maranam. Maranam is departure of the Sukshma Shariram from the Stula Shariram. If Shariram as Chetanatvam, then after Maranam also it must be Chetana. If after Maranam also Shariram is Chetana, then it is not Maranam. It cannot be death. So what happens when the person dies? Atma is everywhere, we say. Now the person is dead. Now Atma has left the body. Can we say Atma has left the body? Atma is left the body means to say that Atma being everywhere, it is not correct. If it is everywhere, it must be in the body also. If it is in the body, then body must reflect the Chetanatva. But it is not. Therefore, what happened? What happened to the Atma, the all-pervading Atma? The all-pervading Atma, the Chit Atma, the manifestation of this Chidatma is what we call the life of the body, the sentiency of the body. Now, for that manifestation, we need the Linga Sharira, that is Sukshma Sharira. Sukshma Sharira as the Antakranam, the mind, etc., through which the Atma can manifest. And it can lend its sentiency to the Shariram. Now that Linga Shariram, that Sukshma Shariram has left the body. So therefore the manifestation of Chit Atma is not recognized, it's not available for perception because it doesn't manifest, because only Stula is there, the Sukshma Shariram only manifests the Chaitanyam. Being not there, therefore we say the person is dead. We use loosely the word Atma has left the body, but where can Atma go? Atma being everywhere, where it can go? So, therefore, Chit being always there, Chidatma being always there, it is only the Sukshma Sharira leaves the body. So, therefore, the functions of the body, whether it is alive or dead, that becomes the indicator for recognizing the presence of Atma. That is what being said in this mantra. In this mantra, Anvaya Mukhena Atmana Swarupam Swarupa Adigame Lingam Uchyate. In this mantra, by Anvaya Mukhena, Anvaya Mukhena means Atma, Atma is there, therefore you see the behavior, the movement of the body. The next mantra we will see Atma is not there. Atma is not there means you need to understand that manifestation of Siddhartma is not there in the Shariram. Then the body becomes inactive. The body becomes inactive, it doesn't see any behavior, doesn't see any action of the body. The next mantra we will say, the fourth mantra. So Anvaya Vyati Reka Mukhena Lingam Uchyate. The indicator, the clue has been given in this mantra. Urdhvam Pranam Unnayati Apanam Pratyagastyati. Prana, the word prana, you need to understand the word prana. Here it is not that the prana is referring only to the Sharira Sanchari Vayu. Prana is the Vayu. Prana, Apana, Vyana, Udana, Samana, Pancha Pranaha are there. That Vayu which is taken in by the lungs, that is referred to by the word prana. Apana is nichehi shvasaha, nishvasaha, that is called apana. So only the respiratory system, the inhalation, exhalation, the respiration becomes the indicator for the presence of Atma. The prana going in and coming out, the Vayu, the prana in the form of Vayu, or prana Vayu, which is going in and coming out from the lungs, that is the indicator for the presence of Atma. That is the indicator even for the presence of life. Where life is, there Atma is. Where life is not, that the Atma, the manifestation of Atma is not. That is what the next mantra is going to say. So, where prana is there, the breathing is there. Prana you don't see, but breathing you see. Therefore, the breathing becomes the indicator, the linga, for recognizing the presence of Atma. So, Urdhvam Pranam Unnayati. Urdhvam Unnayati. Ut plus Nayati, Unnayati. So, Urdhvam, up. Urdhvam is upwards. So, lifts up the prana. Lifts up the prana. Apanam Pratyak Asyati. Apana is Apana Pratyak Asyati, which is thrown. That the one who throws apana downward. So upward and downward. So yaha, you have to supply yaha urdhvam pranam unnayati. The word yaha to be supplied. The one, Bhashyakara will say later. Yaha, the one who sends the prana upwards, who lifts up the prana, and the one who throws the prana downward. Apanam pratyak asyati, throws the prana downward, referring to that person. Yaha. Yaha is the presence of whom, that Atma. So, therefore, pranam unnayati. When Vayu goes up means there is Vayu goes up. The Vayu, the air is called prana. Apana is the air going downward. Apana is the air going downward. So the downward, upward movement of the air, that is Vayu, that is a function of the respiratory system. So the one who is lifting up the prana up and the one who is sending the prana down, Unnayati means breathing out. Unnayati is breathing out. That is prana. Apana is breathing in. So breathing in and breathing out. The one who does that, kaha, Atma. Atma is, that is Atma, which is lifting up the prana up, which is sending the apana down. So by this factor, by this factor of the movement of the air into the lung, outside the lung, we can appreciate the presence of Atma. Similarly, the senses also. Madhye Vamanam Asinam Vishve Deva Upasate. The sense organs are, they are Jada. The mind is Jada, the body is Jada, the sense organs are also Jadam only because they are put together. They are made of Panchamahabhuta. So, senses functions for whom? Again, like the Shariram for the Sharira Swami. Similarly, senses also for the Swami, the one who resides in the Shariram. What does the senses? What do the senses do? They bring in the objects, the sense objects from the external world to this person. They bring in. It is like the bringing the objects in the form of offering to this person, the Sharira Swami. To the Sharira Swami, all these sense objects are offered as Naivedyam. It is an offering. Eating food is an offering. Eating food, that is why 15th chapter of the Gita is being chanted before having food. Because you are offering annam to the Swami, the Atma, which resides in the body. It's an offering. That is why Brahma Arpanam Brahmavigi. It is Arpanam to the Brahma, the Swami who resides in this body. So that Swami who makes the prana going up and coming down. So therefore, from the activities of the prana, the breathing in and breathing out activity, prana apana movement, the action, and also the sense organs, we can infer the presence of Atma. So yaha pranam unnayati urdhvam, the one who makes the prana going down and apana going upwards. Madhye asinam, it is seated in the middle. Madhye, it is the one who is seated in the middle. Where does he sit? He sits in the Hridaya Akasha. In the Hridaya Akasha, the one who is sitting, and he is Vamanam. Vamanam has got two meanings. One is small, dwarf, that is one meaning. Other one is Vamanam is, it is Pujaniyam. It deserves to be worshipped, adorable, Pujaniyam. So that Vamanam, Atmanam, Vishve Devaha, all the devas is Deva referring to the sense organs. All the Devaha, all the Vishve Devaha, all the sense organs, Upasate, they worship this person who is seated in the middle, in the Hridaya Akasha, the one who is seated in the middle. Therefore, the sense organ functions for the Swami, and the body is also for the Swami. Therefore, the body cannot be the Swami. The body cannot be the Swami. So, therefore, that Swami, who is that Swami? That Atma. The body is Atma. We say the body is Atma because it cannot have separate existence. Body is Atma, but Atma is not the body. But body alone is not Atma. Body alone is not the Swami. The Swami is there in the body for whose sake all the sense organs, the mind, prana, everything function. And that from the function of the prana, the sense organs, we can infer the presence of this Atma, which is Chetanam. Atma must be of the nature of this Chaitanyam, consciousness. Therefore, it is not material. If it is material, then what happens? Sense organs and all, sense organs, body, they're all material, jada. And if Atma also material, then how can the body be conscient, body be sentient? How can the body be sentient? A sentiency, a jada vastu cannot make another jada vastu sentient. So therefore, body is jada, that we know. How do we know? When the life leaves the body is dead. That is can be known. That is our regular vyavahara perception. The body is jada. Therefore, there must be a conscious principle in the shariram. Therefore, Atma must be that. So, Atma is consciousness, Chaitanyam. Atma is Chaitanyam, and this shariram derives or borrows that Chaitanyam, and therefore seems to be sentient. And as I told before, that Atma is everywhere. And the same Atma is manifest in a particular way in this shariram, which makes the body alive, sentient. Therefore, body becomes conscious, becomes sentient or conscious because of the manifestation of Atma. So that body, for the manifestation, for the Atma to manifest as the sentient, the body is required. And body is jada, but body is jada and it is Atma, but Atma is not jadam. Atma is always Chaitanyam. It is consciousness which lends the consciousness to the jada shariram. This jada Chaitanya, it's only from the standpoint of this function of the body. From the absolute standpoint, it is only Brahmatma. Even jada is also Atma only. Because you don't see the manifestation of Chit for want of the Sukshma Shariram. Therefore, we cannot conclude it is totally jada or anatma, because there is nothing totally anatma. If you say totally anatma, then anatma must be having a separate existence, another reality. That is not correct. Now we will read the Bhashyam. Urdhvam Hridayat
Tvam hridayat
Pranam Pranavrittim Vayum
pranam
pranavrittim
pranavrittim vayum
Urdhvam Gamayati.
unnayati urdhvam
urdhvam
gamayati
gamayati
Tatha Apanam
tata
tata
apanam
apanam
Pratyak Adaha
pratyak
pratyak
adaha
adaha
Asyati Kshipati.
asyati
asyati kshipati
kshipati
Yaha iti Vakya Sheshaha.
yaha
yaha
iti
iti
vakyasheshaha.
vakyasheshaha.
So Yaha iti Vakya Sheshaha. Vakya Sheshaha means that is to be supplied. In the mantra it is not there, you have to supply. Yaha. Yaha, because Unnayati is there, Gamayati is there. So therefore Yaha Asaha. Yaha Unnayati, Yaha Kshupati, Saha Atma. For Yaha iti Vakya Sheshaha, to be supplied. Yaha Urdhvam Unnayati. Unnayati is Nidatu, Nayati, with Ut Upasarga. Urdhvam. Urdhvam is adverbial. Unnayati. Urdhvam Gamayati. So Urdhvam is adverbial. Gamayati. Gamayati means causing to go. That is lifts upward, moves upward. Yaha, the one who causes to move upward. What? The prana. Prana is pranam. Pranam is the object. Pranam is, in the sentence it is the object. In fact, if you say Atma causes the prana to move upward, it means Atma becomes a karta. Can Atma do action? In the presence of Atma, everything happens. Atma cannot be the karta. It doesn't deliberately move the prana upward or downward. In the presence of Atma, everything happens. Like in the presence of the sun. In the presence of the sun, everything is illumined. Flowers bloom. Flowers bloom. Not that sun deliberately does the action. In the presence of sun, it happens. Not in the presence of Atma. But the expression is Yaha Unnayati, as though this Atma is doing. That is the expression, but the meaning we must understand. Prana doesn't, the Atma doesn't cause, doesn't deliberate, doesn't do on its own, because Atma cannot do. In the presence of Atma, it happens. If Atma does, then Atma becomes the Karta. In the presence of Atma, that's why we have to understand. Yaha Unnayati Yasmin. That is, Yaha Unnayati means the one who lives. That is the literal meaning. That is the literal meaning. But we need to understand in the presence of which prana is moved upward. Urdhvam Gamayati. So, therefore, Yaha Urdhvam Unnayati Pranavrittim Vayum. Pranavritti Vayu. Prana is Vayu. Pranavrittim Vayum. Vritti is the movement, the action, activity. Pranavritti, the action of the prana. The action of the prana, Vayum, that is the exhalation. From where? Hridayat. Hridayam means here we have to take it as a lungs only. Upanishad uses the word Hridaya only. So, Hridayat Prana Vayum Unnayati. That is the exhalation. Tata Apanam, Apana Vritti. The activity of the Vayu, which when it goes downward, that is inhalation. So, Apanam Asyati. Shipati, Pratyak Asyati. Pratyak also adverbial. Pratyak is Adaha, downward. So, Yaha Apanam, Apanavritti Vayum. Apanam referring to the Vayu, which is doing the action of inhalation, Apanavritti. Apanavritti Vayum, Pratyak. Pratyak is downwards. Asyati, Kshipati, throws the prana downward. So, the one who is lifting the prana up and pushing the prana down, that is Apana. Yaha Unnayati, Yaha Asyati. Saha, that is one lingam. Saha Atma. As I told, that is in the presence of, by its presence, in the presence of which this happened. That is how we need to understand. Even though Latlakara Ti is there, Unnayati, Asyati, it denotes the Karta. It is a Kartari Prayoga Vakya. Therefore, it denotes the Karta. Then, if it is Karta, who is the Karta? Atma becomes the Karta. But Atma is not the Karta. Always Akarta. The Kartrutvam or Bhoktrutvam is not for the Atma. Therefore, in the presence of Atma, the prana which moves up and goes down. That is how we need to understand the translate. It happens. The action happens. The action of inhalation, exhalation happens in the presence of Atma. Then the next line. Tam Madhye.
Tam
Tam
Madhye.
Hridaya Pundarika Akashe.
Hridaya
Pundarika
Pundarika
Akashe.
Akashe.
Asinam.
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 Buddhava Vivyakta Vijnana Prakasham.
विज्ञान प्रकाशम
प्रकाशम्
This buddhau abhivyakta vijnana. Okay, Sandhi I read. Buddhau abhivyakta vijnana prakashanam.
बुद्धौ अभिव्यक्त
अभिव्यक्त
विज्ञान
विज्ञान
प्रकाशनम्
प्रकाशनम
Prakasham or prakashanam, both are the reading. Prakashanam, you can take. Vamanam sambhajaniyam.
वामनं
वामनं
संभजनीयम्
संभजनीयम्
Vishve sarve
विश्वे
विश्वे सर्वे
सर्वे
devaha chakshuradayah pranaha.
देवाः
देवाः
चक्षुरादयः
चक्षुरादयः
प्राणाः
प्राणाः
Vijnanam
रूपादिविज्ञानम्
रूपादिविज्ञानम्
balim upaharantaha
बलिम्
बलिम्
उपहरन्तः
उपहरन्तः
vishaha iva.
विषः इव
विषः इव
Rajanam upasate.
राजानमुपासते
राजानमुपासते
Long sentence. Tam madhye hridaya pundarika akashe asinam. Buddhau abhivyakta vijnana prakashanam vamanam sambhajaniyam. Vishve sarve devaha chakshuradayah pranaha. Rupadi vijnanam balim aharantaha vishaha iva. Rajanam upasate. So upasate means worship. Upasate is worship. Archayanti. Ke archayanti. This devaha, sarve devaha upasate. That is the vakyam. Is that Vishve devaha upasate. Vishve is Sarvanama Shabda. Vishva is not that everything, that not this, that meaning. I mean, not Vishva is not in the meaning of Jagat. Vishva is everything with all. Sarve deva. Vishva is equal to Sarva. It is Sarvanama Shabda, Vishva. So Vishve devaha means Vishve Bhashikara gave Vishve is equal to Sarve. Sarve devaha. Sarvanama Shabda. Vishva here. So Vishva is Sarve. Sarve devaha upasate. And the object of upasana is Vamanam. That is this Atmanam, which is Vamanam. Vamanam is Pujaniyam, Sambhajaniyam, Asinam. It is seated. Putra Madhye. Then Bhashikara says, Tam referring to this Atmanam upasate. Devaha. Tam is the karma. For the upasana, for this worship, Tam referring to that Atma, which is seated. Madhye Hridaya Pundarika Akashe. Hridaya Pundarika Akasha is the Pundarika Akashe. So, seated in the middle, Madhye Asinam, where Hridaya Pundarika Akashe, in the space of the Hridaya, the heart, which is like a Pundarika, the lotus. The heart looks like the inverted lotus. And in the lotus, there is the lotus aka, in the hridaya, there is akasha, there is space. And Atma is seated in that, as it were, not Atma as location in the hridaya. It is for the upasana. It is upasate. Upasana, when this devaha referring to the indriyas, the sense organs, it does upasana. It must be must be offering all this sense objects to the person. And where is seated? It is looked upon as though the Atma is seated in the Hridaya Pundarika Akasha. It's a location. It's a Upalabdhi Sthanam is given. It doesn't mean Atma is only located there. Atma is everywhere. But the recognition of Atma in the Hridaya Pundarika Akasha, it is given because it is a place where the people meditate. to meditate on the Hridaya. Many upasanas are being told in the Upanishad, where Atma is also located in the Hridaya Akasha. So, as part of the Upasana, it is given that the location of Atma. The location of Atma in the Hridaya Pundarika Akasha is only for meditation, only for Upasana. And here, the Indriyas does the Upasana. Therefore, as though the Atma is located in the Hridaya Pundarika Akasha. It is not that Atma literally being seated in the Hridaya Pundarika Akasha. It is the Upalabdhi Sthanam. Being everywhere, it is Upalabdhi Sthanam. It is recognized or it is appreciated as the Sthanam for Upasana. Should be meditated upon in the Hridaya. You need some sthana, some space, some location is required for meditation. Then also we say that Atma is everywhere, but in the Buddhi, it is Abhivyakta. The Buddhi, that is what Hridaya Pundarika Akasha is. In the Buddhi, this Atma is manifest. In the Buddhi, what is that Buddhi? That Hridaya Pundarika Akasha. That's what Bhashyakara says. Buddhau Hridaya Pundarika Akashe Asinam Vartamanam, seated in the Hridaya Pundarika Akasha, and this Atma is Buddhau Abhivyakta Vijnana Prakashanam. Abhivyakta Vijnana Prakashanam. That is Asinam. Asina means seated. Not that literally it has got an asana and sitting on that. It is Abhivyakta Vijnana Prakashanam. Buddhau. In the Buddhi, the Prakashanam, Prakashanam is light. Vijnana Prakasham. Vijnana is Chaitanyam, the consciousness, which is Prakashanam. Consciousness is Prakashanam. That is, consciousness is light. Consciousness, the Chaitanyam is Prakasha only. So Vijnana Prakashanam is the consciousness, the light of consciousness. Abhivyakta is manifesting. So this consciousness, this light of consciousness, why light? Because it illumines. It illumines everything, in the presence of which all the knowledge takes place. Therefore, it is light, ever light. It is Prakashanam. Because even the ignorance is being lighted by this Chaitanyam. Even ignorance is recognized by this Chaitanyam. Therefore, it is light compared to the light of consciousness. Prakasha is the Swarupa of the Chaitanyam. So light and consciousness, they are not different, they are same. The consciousness means it is light, which illumines everything. And that is Abhivyakta, manifest. Kutra, Buddhau. So Buddhau, Abhivyakta Vijnana Prakashanam. Vijnanam is Prakasha. Vijnanam eva Prakashanam. Abhivyaktaha Vijnana Prakashaha Yasya Atmanaha Saha Abhivyakta Vijnana Prakashaha Prakashanam Tam Prakashanam. Abhivyaktaha Vijnana Abhivyaktam Vijnana Prakasham. Abhivyaktam Vijnana Prakasham Yasya Atmanaha Saha Abhivyakta Vijnana Prakashanam Tam Abhivyakta Vijnana Prakashanam. So, the Atma, which is consciousness, the consciousness which is light, which is the light of consciousness, the Atma, the Vijnana Prakashanam, which is Atma. Vijnana is the knowledge, that is consciousness, and it is the Prakashanam, the light, because in the presence of which everything is illumined, the knowledge is gained, the knowledge of even the absence of something. Absence of knowledge also is a knowledge. Therefore, ignorance also is being lighted up by this Chaitanyam. Therefore, it is compared to the light, Akasha, the light of consciousness. So, Abhivyakta Vijnana Prakashanam, it is a Bahuvrigi Samasa. The Bahuvigi Samasa, it's a beautiful Samasa. Abhivyaktam Vijnana Prakasham. Yasya Kasya Atmanaha. Saha Tam Abhivyakta Vijnana Prakashanam. And it is Upalabdhav. It has got Upalabdhi in Buddhi, Buddhav. Therefore, seated in the space of the heart is this Atma. Buddhi means Antakaranam. It is located, Antakaranam is located in the heart. Therefore, Buddha Abhivyakta Vijnana Prakashanam Bhashyakara says. So, Atma is present in the Hridaya Pundarika Akasha. It means it manifests in the Buddhi. It manifests in the Buddhi as consciousness, Chaitanyam. Okay, this Chaitanyam, and it is Vamanam. Vamanam is another Visheshana for this Atma. Vamanam is Vamanam Atmanam. Buddhav Abhivyakta Vijnana Prakashanam Vamanam. Vamanam is Sambhajaniyam. Bhashyakara says Sambhajaniyam. Samyak Bhajaniyam. That is adorable, worshipable. That is Sambhajaniyam. Vishve referring to all the devas, Sarve Devaha. Who are they? Chakshuradayaha. Shrotam, Chakshu, Prakriti, all the organs of perception, Chakshuradayaha. And they are Pranaha. Bhashyakara uses the word Pranaha for the Chakshuradayaha, Indriyani. Here Pranaha refers to the Indriyas. Rupadi Vijnanam Balit Upaharantaha Vishahaiva. Pranaha referring to the Indriyas. Why Bhashyakara calls the Indriyas as Prana? Because Indriyas function only when Prana is there. Because Prana only gives the energy for the functioning of the Indriyas. So Prana energizes the Indriya. But Pancha Prana, they are important. They energize these Indriya. So therefore, Bhashyakara calls these Indriyani, the Chakshuradayaha, as Pranaha. And what do they do? Rupadi Vijnanam Balim Upaharantaha. Bali is the offering, the food. What is that food for this? What is the food it brings in? This Indriyani brings in for the person who is seated in the Hridaya Akasha. Rupadi Vijnanam. Vijnanam means perception. Perception in the form of Rupa, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. These are the offering. Bali means offering. The food, Naivedyam. So Balim Upaharantaha. Upaharanta means they bring in the Naivedyam, which is in the form of Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, Rupadi, Vijnanam, the perception of Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Yata Balim. Yata, here Bhashyakara gives an example. Yata Vishaha Iva Rajanam Upasate Tata Pranaha Balim Upaharantaha Upasate. Vishaha is the servant or the trader, Vaishya. Vishaha Iva Rajanam Upasate. Vishaha is Bahuvachanam because Balim Upaharantaha is the Upaharantaha Tata Vishaha. Yata Pranaha Balim Upaharantaha Tata Yata Vishaha Rajanam Upasate Tata Balim Upaharantaha Pranaha. This Asinam Vamanam Sambhajaniyam Atmanam Upasate. So Vishaha is referring to the servants, the people who are ready to serve the Raja, the king. So Vishaha is Vishaha. Vishaha is Bahuvachanam. Upaharantaha, that gives a clue that it must be Vishaha. Vishaha is Vish Shabda, Shakaranda Shabda. Vish becomes Shakaranta Shabda with Vishau Vishaha. Shakaranta Vish Dhatu. Shakara becomes more than a Shakara, then becomes Takara. Therefore, with Vishau Vishaha. Vishaha Rajanam Upasate. As the servants, they do the Upasana, they take care of the king, they adore the king. Upasate is they worship, adore the king. Tadvat, similarly, Tata, the same way, Sarve Devaha, that is Pranaha, Chakshuradayaha, Rupadi Vijnanam Balit Adharantaha Upasate. So Bhashyakara gives an example. Vishaha iva, these pranas, they do the upasanam, they worship the Atma, who deserves this, who deserves to be worshipped. Sambhajaniyam Vamanam, and seated in the buddhi. It is recognized in the buddhi. Buddhi is the upalabdhi sthanam. Tam upasate iti. Next line. Tadartyena.
तादर्थ्येन
तादर्थ्येन अनुपरत व्यापाराः भवन्ति इत्यर्थः.
तातर्थ्येन
अनुपरत व्यापार भवन्ति इत्यर्थः
तादर्थ्येन अनुपरत व्यापाराः भवन्ति. व्यापाराः भवन्ति इत्यर्थः. भवन्ति is therefore व्यापाराः. तादर्थ्येन अनुपरत व्यापाराः भवन्ति. तादर्थ्येन is what? तस्य अर्थेन, for his purpose. Whose purpose? For the purpose of Atma. For the sake of Atma. Anuparta vyaparaha bhavanti. Vyapara is transaction, the activities. The activity doesn't have any break. No break. It is continuous. There is no halt during the no halt in the action. It is continuous. Continuously it does. That is, sense organs continuously serve. Anuparata vyaparaha. Uparata, na uparata. Uparata is taking break, stopping. Uparata is stopping, cessation. That's called uparata. Na uparata, anuparata. Anuparataha vyaparaha yesham te referring to the pranaha. So the indriyas, the chakshuradayaha. So pranaha anuparata vyaparaha. Anuparata vyaparaha bhavanti. That is, the sense organs, they continue to serve without any break, non-stop action. Non-stoppingly it serves the Atma. So, this pranaha, the chakshuradaha, it is for the sake of this Atma. It is for the sake of this Atma, and they function continuously. That is continuous transaction. Tadartyena referring to the tasya arthena, that is Atma. Tadartyena is it's a samasa. Saha arthaha. Yasya saha tadarthaha. Tadarthaha is tasya arthaha. Arthaha means prayojanam. Arthaha is prayojanam. The sake, for the purpose. Saha arthaha. Yasya saha tadarthaha. Tadartasya bhavaha tadartyam. And tritiya tadartyena. Translation will be for the sake of whom? That is Atma. For the sake of Atma, these sense organs are functioning continuously. Sense organs do not function for its own sake. They function for the sake of Atma. Therefore, anuparata vyaparaha bhavanti ityarthaha. That is the meaning. Then the last line. Yadartha.
यदर्था
Yadarthaha.
यदर्थाः
Prayuktascha.
यत्
यत्प्रयुक्ताश्च
सर्वे वायुव्यापाराः.
सर्वे
वायुकरणव्यापाराः
सः अन्यः सिद्धः इति वाक्यार्थः.
सः
सः
अन्यः
अन्यः
सिद्धः इति वाक्यार्थः
यत् अर्थाः यदर्थाः. For whose purpose? For whose purpose or for whose sake? यत् प्रयुक्ताः. For whose sake? यत् प्रयुक्ताः च सर्वे वायुकरणव्यापाराः. Prayuktaha means prompted. By whom it is prompted. For whose purpose and for whose sake it is prompted. What? Survey. All. referring to Vayu Karana Vyaparaha. Vyapara is the action. The activities of Vayu, Vayu is prana, and Karana referring to the Indriyas. So the activities of the Vayu, that is in the form of prana, apana, etc., and all the Indriyas, the Karana and Karana, the Indriyas, for whose purpose, Edartaha yet Prayuktaha cha, for whose purpose and prompted by whom, all these prana and the sense organs, they do the action, activities, vyaparaha. Saha, that must be different from this. Saha anyaha, it must be different from this. In the presence of whom or prompted by whom, for the purpose of whom this prana and the sense organs function, that must be different from the prana and sense organs. Therefore, saha anyaha, it must be different. Anyaha iti siddhaha, it is established. So the Atma must be different from prana. Atma must be different from Indriyas. Indriyas cannot function for itself because they are Jada. Similarly, prana cannot function for itself, it is also Jada. So, therefore, they function for somebody else. When they function for somebody else, somebody must be different from this. So, anyaha siddhaha. So, therefore, it is established that prana, that Atma must be, that Atma must be anyaha iti siddhaha. Anyaha, it is established. So, that must be different from the sense organs and the prana. It means that must be different from this assembly, the assemblage. So, assembly is for that Atma. This Sharira Mana Sangata assembly is for the Atma, and therefore Atma is Anyaha, it is different and it is independent. So, therefore, the functioning of the sense organs and the prana, it becomes a linga. It becomes a linga for appreciating the presence of that conscious entity, Atma. Iti, the mantra concludes. So, the presence of Atma can be appreciated, but what Atma is not being told. What Atma is already being told in the previous mantras. So, Shastram gives a logic here to recognize or to appreciate the presence of Atma by giving the linga. It's only a linga. Atma gives the linga only, gives the logic for only to appreciate the Atma. But what Atma is only Shastra can only give. So only through the linga we can appreciate only that much. So therefore Atma cannot be arrived merely by logic. Shastra has given a logic to say that there must be an Atma. But Atma is not proved by logic. That must be clear. Now in the next mantra, Vyatireka logic is given. That we will see. We'll see that in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
ஹரிஹி ஓம்ஜி.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
எனக்கு ஒரு டவுட்
Yes.
எனக்கு ஒரு டவுட்டுங்க ஜி.
Yes. சொல்லுங்கம்மா.
ஜி அந்த லாஸ்டா சொன்னீங்க இல்லைங்க ஜி, லிங்கம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு எனக்கு அந்த இடத்துல எனக்கு புரியலைங்க ஜி. லிங்கம் இஸ் கிவன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி சொன்னீங்க இல்லைங்க ஜி, எனக்கு அது மட்டும் புரியல.
Lingam is given, yes. That is the functioning of the operation of the prana is given. That becomes the linga for appreciating the presence of Atma. So, prana function Prana doesn't function for its own sake. It functions, or in the presence of which it functions. Therefore, it must be different. That becomes the linga. Similarly, indriyas, they don't function for its own sake. In fact, they function in the presence of. They get that they become enlivening. They gain that consciousness, and for whose sake they function. They must be functioning. They must be serving somebody. So that becomes the linga. So that becomes the linga for appreciating the presence of Atma. And what is Atma Swarupa? That only Shastram can give. So this is only a
Logic.
supporting logic, not
Okay, ஜி. ஜி எனக்கு அந்த லிங்கம் what is அந்த
linga
லிங்கம்
means the
அப்படிங்கிறது
indicator. Linga means the hint or the clue, the indicator. That is called linga.
இண்டிகேட்டர் லிங்கா இஸ் இண்டிகேட்டர் ஓகே ஜி
As the
Hariom,
linga for, as the lingam, the same is the linga for even to know whether the person is alive or dead. What is the linga? The breathing, placing the finger below the nose, taking the breath. The breathing becomes the linga to check whether the person is alive or dead. Similarly, it says here, the linga for recognizing the presence of Atma is this movement of the prana, the functioning of the prana, and the functioning of the indriyas. They function for somebody else. Who is that? That is Atma. That is the linga. Right?
ಹರಿಯೋಂ ಜಿ
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.